Howdy folks, this is SenileSarge. Today we're going to be talking about Stranded: Alien Dawn. So if you haven't had an opportunity to see this on Steam, trust me, it is a phenomenal game, and it is one of those games that you want to look at, especially if you like strategy games or sim-based games. You're really probably going to enjoy this one. It's currently on PC, so that's one thing to note. The other thing is it's an early access. So anytime we talk about early access, I always talk about, you know, just be understanding that the game is still getting developed on, right? So there could be issues, there could be concerns as you're playing it. Although we didn't see a lot when I was reviewing this and spending time in game, I still like to say that up front for early access games, just in case. The game is currently $29 US right now on Steam. I don't see that changing. The release date was the 12th of October, so it actually came out about a week ago at the time of this video. We're October 17th right now. So really, what is Stranded: Alien Dawn? The best way to put it, it's a planet survival sim. Okay, you got a group of folks, they crash landed on a planet, and now you're just trying to survive. And the only way you can truly survive is to now gather, you know, it's to hunt, it's to go out and, you know, you're on a new planet. So you need to research the things before you do anything, right? So you're going to cut a tree, you need to research, hey, what type of tree is this? Let's say it's a type of a plant. You know, we need to research it to know what kind of plant is it. Is it something that we can eat? Is it something that we use to make something? So there's a lot of really great aspects of this game that you're really going to like. As a community member told me yesterday we were playing, I hadn't really thought about it this way, but it's very similar to RimWorld. I mean, I think there's a lot of pieces here that really are viable as far as the connection between the two. But, you know, I think Stranded: Alien Dawn is, you know, it's 3D. I think it looks better. It's a little bit easier on the eyes for folks, or something that you're kind of used to. Okay, now when we look at the Steam page, you can see here basically what it says here, you know, small marooned group of things on your hands, right? So you're kind of the commander, you're the one that's focused on it. There's a very good story that kind of follows through this entire thing. I played multiple iterations of this because I was interested to see, hey, does the world change? And what's interesting, the world looks the same all the time, right? But you do land in different spots. So the replayability of just kind of going over and doing it again and again and again, it felt like I probably did it 5 times and I wasn't in the same area each time. So that's something to kind of think about and know. I'm not sure how the map is or the world and how it's laid out. I mean, if that's like completely changed or not, but I can tell you that I didn't feel like I was in the same spot at all when I was playing the game. Okay, just a little bit about the game. As you know, right, you're gonna be managing things. So you're gonna be managing survival needs, health, and happiness. You'll see in the background here, I'm gonna have video kind of going through this entire thing. There's a lot to do here. One of the things I'll tell you is that the health and the happiness portion, like any game, is very annoying, right? That's sim-based like this. The good thing that I really like about this game is the tutorial they put together. Now, the tutorial is kind of separate than the main game, which I actually like it when they do that. I don't normally like it when you throw the tutorial inside of the game, because then I often find myself shutting the tutorial off, and I really don't want to play through it because I just want to get to playing the game. I found myself actually going through the tutorial on this one. They've got it broken down pretty well so that, you know, you can go into the areas that you want to go into to learn. So health being one of those, so that you get an idea of how to do it. And then you go into main game and you play the game, right? If you're somebody that doesn't like tutorials, guess what? You can go straight in and just start playing the game and enjoy. There's a lot of expansion here in the game. So when I first came in, I was like, man, this is kind of limited on what you can do. But as I started playing, I realized, man, that this thing grows quickly. Okay, you got electricity in this game. You know, all the things you would expect. How you build it evolves over time, right? So we're going to start with wood, and then we evolve up to, you know, larger items such as stone and things like that. So it's really interesting how they've done that. And then you also have your base defense. I love tower defense, base defense type games as well. So when you're putting, you know, sims, you know, along with base defense, I really get excited about a game like that because I feel like it adds a little bit of extra. I also like in this game where you're not just getting attacked just to get attacked. You know, if you have a small footprint, then you're probably going to see less attacks. But the larger you grow your footprint or your base with your folks, the more likely you are to actually get attacked. And how you defend it is completely on you. For those that have played, you know, 7 Days to Die and games like that, you know, pathing is always a big deal. And pathing is one of those things that you'll see inside of this game. You know, if you've got gates, you leave the gates open, they're going to come straight through the gates. If you close the gates, however, they'll actually attack the fence or the wall or whatever you have around your base. I like that they did that, man. That's a unique way to do it. It also makes you set up traps and other things. That way you're catching, you know, the bugs in this case, or the alien life form, as they're trying to come in. You can plant, You can grow, you can harvest vegetables and other items like that. So that I love that. You know, for those of you that enjoy those type of games, you're absolutely gonna love this one. You've got the ability to hunt your food. So that's another piece of it. You've got the ability, you know, initially you've got these storage areas that you can then make into freezers and refrigerators and like all of this. You can store meat for longer periods of time. So initially in the game, you're not going to be able to store them long, but then as you progress through the game, you're going to have these cooling functions and you will be able to store them. So that's a great, you know, addition onto the thing. You've got heat and light and air conditioner and ways to relaxation, right? So they've got to have fun. So you're going to be building, you know, archery stands or gun stands out there so they can practice shooting, or, you know, a dartboard, things like this, you know. So it's, again, that's where the Sims kind of portion of this, I really think, starts to come out in this game. You know, somebody mentioned me yesterday, one of the community members rally point, you know, it'd be great to have a game like this that was a multiplayer type game where, you know, you may not be on the same worlds, but you have the ability to kind of trade and do things amongst each other. I really hope, you know, I went through all of the stuff they had in this game to see if there was anything coming in, you know, I would say long term for the game that was going to afford this, where we were going to see something where we could be on, you know, the same area or multiple worlds and you'd be able to share across. I don't know that that's going to happen, but man, there's such an opportunity here to make it look really, really good with this game based off of supplies or things that you need. So I may have, one time I landed in an area that had, you know, we'll say lots of trees. The next time I landed, it didn't have as many. So I had to travel much further. And being able to trade with somebody else somewhere else to be able to do, I think would just be a great addition to this game. I really do. I like the base building. You know, it's modular in form. You can create your own type of base, or you can just use the module pieces that they kind of have in the game, right? Put down a foundation, throw a room up, and you're done. Or you can physically go room by room by room. So I like that they've added that piece in there. I love the way that they've added electricity and, you know, the windmills and solar panels and stuff like that, because I think it adds something, a unique flavor for these type of games that you don't always see. Overall look and feel, I like it. You know, I think that there's some things that they're going to continue to upgrade with it. They definitely need to continue to expand probably some of the plants and some of the animals. I think all the times that I came in, the animals were all kind of the same. So you kind of get used to it. There is, as we look at the screen here, you can see that there looks like there's other scenarios and other things that you're going to be able to do as you come into the game. I don't know what those are going to be, but I think once we see those, we're going to see a whole new side of this game that, so there's lots of room for expansion here, especially where it's currently at. From a controls perspective, very simple. You know, I think pressing down the middle mouse button to move and do things was a little bit weird initially, but you get used to it. WASD to kind of move around, things like that, spin camera, middle mouse button. All of that kind of works. There's nothing that was out of control or anything they got in the way. From a content perspective, right now for early access game, $30. There's plenty of content. I think the difference every time that you play the game and how that scenario actually changes makes that $30 worth it. So I never came in and played it and was like, oh, I feel like I just played this, you know, like, no, I mean, it's different each time. When they add the other scenarios and the other worlds, planets that you're going to be in, then I definitely think that this game will be worth it. So would I buy right now? If you enjoy this type of game, it's in early access, then yeah, I would buy it. I mean, it's fun. If you're somebody that likes variants, I would wait a little bit longer. I would. I think it's worth a 30. No questions asked. I've definitely gotten my $30 out of the game, but I would like to see, you know, different plants, different planets, and then inside of those planets, different enemies, different life forms, all of that. You're going to kind of see the same of that as you land on this planet and you play it a couple times. You kind of know what's the enemy and what's going to attack you. I think as they start to expand this out with other planets and things like that, that's going to be a game changer for what you're currently seeing inside of this game. I didn't run into any bugs during the game. You know, I think right now it's actually in a pretty good state based off the type of game that it is. Didn't have any issues with anything. I do say one thing. When I was doing the tutorial, I was having problems. This had nothing like the regular game. I didn't have any issues, but during the tutorial, I had to lay down some traps. For some reason, that kind of bugged out a little bit. But other than that, for the, you know, I don't know, we probably played for about 30 hours over the last couple days. No other bugs. I didn't really have any other issues that would like, hey, broke the game or maybe go, why am I playing this game? And I continuously keep playing this game each day. So I'm building on it a little bit each day. So that tells me that, you know, overall, it's a good game. So the game's $30, $30 US right now on Steam. It's absolutely fantastic game. It has a lot of opportunity to be an amazing game. I can't wait to see what their long-term strategy is. I do think that that's something I would like to see them do, is to kind of come in and expand on what their strategy is going to be as they continue to develop on the game. They may have that out already somewhere. I just didn't see it. So I tried to find it, and it's not something that was easily noted here. You're going to be able to play the replay abilities there. So you're going to be able to play it multiple times. You're going to land in multiple different locations, and you're going to have multiple different types of enemies starting off, or animals that you're going to need to be. But you're going to notice after you play this 5 to 10 times that you're starting to kind of see the same animals, the same plants, and all of that, which makes the game a little bit easier, just to be frank. So again, I think you need to be warned on that. Again, early access, expect bugs, expect issues, and they're going to continue to grow it. And if you want to be part of that and help them continue to grow this game, then I would highly recommend that you at least read about it, watch a couple more videos like this one about it, and then make your decision. All right, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please do me a favor, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. This is SenileSarge signing off.